Matt Maiocco says what you need to know about the Deommodore Lenoir situation. I'm not sure I need to know anything about the Deommodore Lenoir situation. When Diddy just got off, no pun intended, but Diddy just got off. Apparently whatever he did is okay. Prince Andrew was on Epstein Island. What do you think he was doing down there? Playing pickleball? But apparently that's okay. You guys have voted for out and out criminals. You have elected criminals. You have elected people who have engaged in all kinds of deviancy, and you have forgiven it and you have excused it. You have voted for them. But now you want to get your torches and pitchforks out for Deommodore Lenoir? I don't think so. As far as I'm concerned, as long as he's playing well, Deommodore Lenoir can do whatever the hell he wants as long as he's playing well. Now, if he starts playing poorly, okay, lock him up. If he doesn't live up to his $92 million contract, okay, lock him up. Brandon Ayuk, lock him up. He stole $120 million, lock him up. John Middlekauff asks, is Kyle Shanahan overrated? He's not overrated, he's just like, he's a mechanical watch versus a quartz watch. You know what I mean? He's got his use case. Okay, like I prefer a mechanical watch. A mechanical watch, you don't have to have the battery replaced every 3 years or so. I have a 6-year-old mechanical watch that still works great. But there's downsides to a mechanical watch. You have to keep it moving. It loses seconds per day, so you're gonna have to always like correct the time and the date and all that stuff. So it's got its downsides, and it's the same with Kyle Shanahan. He has his strengths. Okay, if you've got weaknesses on your roster, he can make up for that. If you've got a weak offensive line, he can coach around that. Of course, that's probably his fault in the first place, but be that as it may, he can coach around a lot of things. Okay, if he gets the ball, if he gets the lead, he's amazing. Like the Eagles, they didn't have to have a comeback. They just got the lead and pounded you. That can happen. And Kyle Shanahan is perfect for that. But if you need a 2-minute drill, if you need to come back in the fourth quarter, not so great. So Kyle Shanahan is like a mechanical watch. He has his strengths and weaknesses. And I don't believe in this thing where mechanical watches are inherently superior to quartz watches. And I don't believe the type of coach Shanahan is necessarily lacking in some way. It's just different. He's just not like going to be a 2-minute drill guy. He's not going to be a fourth quarter comeback guy. You're just going to have to, I keep biting my tongue. You're just going to have to get the lead and pound the rock and do play action and all that stuff. If you can do that, then Kyle Shanahan is a great coach. It just depends. I don't think it's fair to say Kyle Shanahan is overrated any more than you would say a quartz watch is overrated. A quartz watch is overrated in what way? It does what it does great. That's my point. Quartz watch does what it does great. Mechanical watch does what it does great. Now, we were having a discussion about a universal clock, and some people were like, I don't believe in the Big Bang. I don't believe in the Big Bang. You know what's funny about like the Big Bang talk is that the dumb people may end up being right ultimately, okay? So, first of all, the Big Bang is just how far we can rewind the universe. So for example, today the universe is spread out, right? Like things are very far away. 1 billion years ago, things were a little bit closer. 1 billion years before that, things were even closer. 13.8 billion years ago, everything was all kind of like stuck together, okay? And that's what the Big Bang is referring to. It's not making any claims about what caused it. Even inflation, even the theory of inflation is something that was tacked onto the Big Bang model. The Big Bang model itself is not actually making claims about inflation or anything else. So the Big Bang is actually a very benign theory. There's really nothing to argue about as far as the Big Bang. However, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, and 90s, I'm sure you've heard this, right? When people say, well, what came before the Big Bang? A lot of times scientists and pop science communicators will say, that question doesn't make sense. Nothing came before the Big Bang because that's like asking what's north of the North Pole. Have you heard that? When you used to ask a scientist, what came before the Big Bang? Well, they will say, well, that question doesn't make any sense. That's like asking what's north of the North Pole. Nothing. Okay. So that was in the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, 2000s, right? But that was based on the idea of a cosmic singularity at cosmic t equals 0. And scientists were kind of like, well, we've got singularities in black holes, so why not a singularity at the beginning of time? It doesn't seem like an outrageous thing to say, right? But what's happened since then is they can't prove it, but a lot of scientists are now leaning towards the idea that black holes do not contain a singularity. A lot of scientists now believe that black holes eventually do evaporate. Now, it would take a long time, like the massive black hole at the center of our galaxy would take a quadrillion years to evaporate. And I think that would still be a little bit short. But it would take a quadrillion years to evaporate, something like that. And then some to evaporate. But it's not quite a singularity, right? If it were a singularity, it should theoretically never evaporate. So scientists today are a little bit more agnostic about what happened before Planck time after cosmic T equals 0. Before it was like, well, there was nothing before. There couldn't have been anything before. But now, who knows? The dumb people who insisted there had to be something before the Big Bang, they may turn out to be right after all. All the dumb, crazy people may turn out to be right. And I find that kind of interesting, right? The dumb people may ultimately turn out to be right. Maybe the dumb people were not so dumb after all, as it turns out. I don't know. A lot of people are like more agnostic about it than they were before. Before they were very dismissive. Scientists used to be very dismissive about what came before the Big Bang. Nothing came before the Big Bang. That's like asking what's north of north. But now, who knows? Who knows?